Hey guys, so it is currently 1:30 a.m. We are headed to the hospital right now. We're following my mom. We're scheduled to get induced at 2, so that's where we're at right now. I'm not really sure if the hospital allows us to record, but I'm going to try to get as much filming as I can. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. How are you feeling? Me too.
Scared.
I'm like trying to, so I don't have a panic attack. But yeah, I'll check back in with you guys whenever we're in the hospital. So it is currently 6:43, and I have an IV in Pitocin. Right now I'm on an 8, and me trying to be comfortable. My back is hurting worse than the actual contractions. But yeah, pretty much just a waiting game right now. But I'll keep you updated. It's currently 8:45 and just got checked like almost an hour ago. Or at 8. And apparently I'm a 1. Earlier someone else told me I'm a 2, so I don't know. I keep having pain in my back, so I'm guessing those are my contractions, but I'm not really sure. I've only had an hour's sleep. And yeah, that's where we're at so far. It's currently 9:20. I'm at 12 now with my Pitocin. Starting to feel the contractions more. They're not really that painful, just more uncomfortable. But yeah, that's where we're at so far. I will check in with you guys in probably another hour or so. Isaiah's here taking naps. I still have only gotten an hour of sleep, but I don't feel too bad, so that's good. So it's like currently 11, what did you say, 42? 22. They just came in and broke my water. Contractions are about a 7 right now. They're supposed to be getting worse, but I'm still at a 2, so I'm trying to wait on the epidural. And that's where we're at right now, so I'll update in maybe another hour. Hey guys, so I just wanted to come on here and kind of explain a few more things about our birth story, just because I didn't get to film a whole lot. The process was super long, but at the end of the day, it was our story, my first experience. I guess I shouldn't have expected it to go kind of fast because I was getting induced. My due date was actually today. I'm already getting emotional. Anyways, so Ezra is not here. Hopefully we're gonna get him today, so I'll get more into that. So basically, even though y'all saw little clips, I'm just gonna start from the beginning. So we got to the hospital. We were told to get there by 2, so we got there like 1:45. Whenever we got to my room, my nurse was like, "What time did he tell you to get here?" And I was like, "He told me to be here by 2." And she was like, "Well, we were told to start like your Pitocin at 2." And I was like, "Oh, well, like I got told to be here by 2." So by the time that they even started doing everything, it was already like 4. So they gave me Pitocin, which basically just helps me to get my contractions and stuff going. So that starts off at like 2, and then it goes up to 4, 6, 8, all the way up to potentially 20, but I think they went all the way up to 30 with me. Or yeah, I think she said 30. So we did that, and I didn't end up having him until 8:44 at night. So that whole day we were just trying to move things along. I don't think my contractions ever got super bad. I kind of got scared because my nurse had told me that it was better for me to take it when I wasn't in too much pain, because I would have to be still for the epidural. And I'm kind of glad that I did listen to her in that, because getting the epidural was not how I expected. I thought I would just lean over, they gave me my shot, done. And definitely not. You're leaned over, having contractions, and having to stay still. And I had them in my back, so it was hard. So I would say I definitely could have went longer with the contractions, but it's fine. A lot of things were happening, so like they were supposed to give me something to like thin out my uterus, or not my uterus. Anyways, they were supposed to give me something that was supposed to thin it out, like make it softer and easier for me to go through the labor, but my nurse before didn't give it to me. I had one nurse tell me I was a 2, and then the one that checked me later on said that I was still a 1. She wouldn't say that I was a 2. So there was a lot of back and forth. So probably around, I don't even remember what time it was. I want to say like 6. My doctor came in and broke my water. That also was not how I expected. I knew it was a lot of water, but that was like, they had to change the bed twice because it just kept coming out. And then after they broke my water, the contractions were a little bit worse, but they still weren't that bad. They were like 7. And then I was getting too worried that I wasn't going to be able to breathe through them. So I went ahead and like breathe through them to where they would be able to do my epidural safely. So I went ahead and told them that I wanted the epidural. Isaiah was in there, so he was holding me in position while they gave it to me. And then at this point I was only dilated to a 3. And then we waited. They checked me and I was like a 6. And then I went from like a 6 to a 10 pretty fast, thankfully. Because at that point I was so tired of waiting for him to come. Like I just wanted him to be here. So then we started pushing. I was at a 10. A lot of people were really surprised because I wasn't really screaming, I guess. I was just kind of breathing in and out. And then whenever I would push, I would just push as hard as I could, take a deep breath in and push again. You'll see the clip. My mother-in-law got to record some of it, pretty much the very ending part of when he came out. And yeah, so he had me push. I probably pushed maybe 10 times tops, but I think he knew that I was having a little trouble and I was starting to get tired. So I heard him say, "Let me help you out." And so I knew he was cutting me. So I did get a 2nd degree cut, I guess, because I didn't get torn. So he had me push, and then he used a suction thing to help pull him out, and then he was out. So my mom was on this side, Isaiah was on this side, and then my mother-in-law was like on the side taking video. So when he came out, you're gonna probably see in this video, I might not look like I'm happy, but I am. I start crying, but there was a lot of things going on at once. I was excited, obviously, because he was out, but also I felt funny because I was still like giving birth to my placenta, so I was still like feeling things. And then also, as soon as he started crying, I just knew something was wrong, because his cries weren't consistent. It was like he was crying and then not breathing, and then crying and then not breathing. Like it just was off. So I was like being really quiet listening to him. So they had him on my chest for a little bit. They had him way up here, so I really couldn't see what he even looked like. And then she took him from me and she was like, "I'm gonna check his breathing." So I knew like I wasn't tripping, something was wrong. So then she was checking him. He's still pressing on my stomach, trying to get some of the blood and fluids out. I'm still trying to give birth to my placenta. Like all this stuff is happening while he is on the table and I can't see him. I still haven't seen what he looked like. and I don't know what's wrong. So I'm like turning like this, trying to see what they're saying. And then they take him away to go do x-rays, and Isaiah followed. So basically, after they did the x-rays, the baby's doctor came back and told me that pretty much his whole, she didn't tell me this, Isaiah ended up telling me afterwards. She didn't kind of make it seem like it was a big deal. I think she didn't want me to freak out. But Isaiah told me that in the x-ray, pretty much his whole right lung was full of oxygen, like full of an air bubble. So they were gonna keep him in the like NICU. So they kept him in there, and then the first night we went to go visit him, Isaiah got to hold him for the first time, and I got to see what he looked like. So none of our family members were able to really like hold him and touch him and stuff. He ended up having an IV in his hand. He had a tube in his nose. I want to say they had tried to feed him and he was throwing it up, so they ended up putting a tube in his mouth and started feeding him that way. They ended up having to switch his formula over. Also, what else? Yeah, so that was pretty much the first time we got to do everything. And then they had took x-rays again, and it had shrunk. But then they took x-rays again the next day, and it had gotten a little bit bigger, so like how it was before. So then when we were going to visit him, we couldn't even hold him. We kind of just had to touch him. And then they took the x-rays again, and there was no improvement. They took him again. So this is all throughout from Wednesday to today, which is today is Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. So yesterday, whenever we went to go see him, he looked so happy, like so much better. He's starting to feed through a bottle. He's eating the whole bottle now without getting sick. Ended up getting to change his diaper. I got to feed him again, but I didn't get to hold him. I had to sit him up. This was like in the morning. Or this was Friday. Yeah. So then Saturday, he had everything out. His feeding tube was out. His oxygen was out of his nose. His IV was out. Everything was out. They said he was doing good. They let us hold him again. And then they had let us stay the night after I was already released. And then we were going to stay again last night. We actually planned on coming home yesterday, but they ended up doing another x-ray, and he just had a little sliver left. So she said she wanted to keep him one more night, and hopefully tonight or this morning we get good news in the x-ray and we get to pick him up. But yeah, that's pretty much how everything's going. He's doing so much better, and I'm really praying that he gets to come home today, because I don't know if I can take another day. It's just been a really like an emotional roller coaster when it comes to him. On top of after you give birth, you're obviously emotional. But whenever I think about him still being in there and not home with us, it makes me upset. But yeah, as far as everything with me, I've been good, honestly. I think I only took pain medicine the day after I gave birth, and that was it. My stitches, I mean, every now and then my stitches will start hurting, or my back or my stomach will feel like I'm having like a cramping still, because my uterus is obviously trying to go back. Nothing too crazy. At first it was only, I was really having just pain from walking around a lot, or because the hospital beds are really hard and uncomfortable, which is why we ended up coming home last night. Went to go see him, and then I called to check on him twice, because we're ready to come home. I felt bad for leaving him there, but I also felt like it gave me time to like get more things ready, and whenever we go get him, we can just get him and come home. We don't have to worry about like taking our bags and stuff. Yeah, I just really hope he can come home. It's been really hard not having him. All yesterday I was missing him whenever we were here. Yeah, like I said, I'm feeling good. I just started. I can feel that my breasts are filling up with the milk. Last night, I don't know, I guess it's like a you know but you don't know kind of thing. Like you just have a feeling. I ended up icing them, and I hadn't had any pain yet or anything. They felt like a little bit hard, so I went ahead and iced them. And then last night, this was probably like around 6 when I iced them. The ice packs ended up getting warm, so I put them back in the freezer. And then when it was night, like we're about to go to bed, like 10 o'clock, they were sore. I rolled over on my side and they like touched each other and it hurt a little bit. And now this morning they're like really hard and sore, so I think they're starting to fill up. I am bottle feeding, so yeah, that just made it easier. I felt like that was the best option for us, because obviously the job that I have, and I work in Victoria, obviously I could pre-pump, but that's just a lot. Him being sick in the nursery, like he would have still have been fed through a bottle anyways, because we couldn't really move him. So yeah, that was just the best route for us. They didn't tell me what time he was gonna get his x-ray, so I'm gonna call here in a few minutes and check on him, see what they say. Yesterday morning when they did his x-ray, it was at 11, so I'm guessing it's probably gonna be at 11 again. I think that's all I had to say. Yeah, that's pretty much it with my birth story. You guys will meet him pretty soon. We're kind of just want to get him home and then enjoy him to ourselves for a little while, since we haven't fully got to enjoy him. I think that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go on to the labor video, and then I will probably show a little clip of him.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. You pushing?
No. That's it.
Yep.
Don't push anymore, okay?
Okay.
Oh my God!
Birthday.
Can I get another pair of size 8 gloves?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. Yeah, congratulations.
He's so connected, okay?
Yeah, boy.
Congratulations, you did it.
It's okay, puppy.
It's a good cry right there.
Yes, sir. Go close to the belly button or no? You have another one, right?
Where? I think 51. Oh, you plan for delivery?
Alright, you're gonna cut in between the 2 plants, okay?
Do it, baby. You got it, Daddy. Go ahead.
Right here? Uh-huh. There you go. Take these.
Oh, my puppy. It's okay, Daddy.
You did so good.
You did excellent, Catherine.
It's okay, puppy.
You want to help undo her gown?
You did great. That's pitocin.
No, you're good there. You're good. You can.
I'm wide awake today.
Hey, Bobby.
I'm feeling better today.
Oh, Bobby. What are you looking at?
I'm feeling better. Hey guys, so we have a son now. Today was very exhausting. Filming didn't kind of go how I was expecting, but labor didn't really go how we were expecting either, which I mean is pretty common. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope you guys look forward to seeing a lot of our son. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Peace.
Bye guys.